At Faraday Microgrids, we define sustainability a little bit more broadly than might be typically known. Most of us would accept that sustainability certainly relates to how energy is produced and used, but our expanded view includes the idea of economic sustainability, meaning the ability to operate the facility in an economically responsible, even profitable way, and operational sustainability, which is to say being able to operate the facility during grid outages or shortages that might otherwise render the building and its services inoperable. So to dive a little bit deeper into each of these three pillars, let's start with environmental sustainability. When a building chooses to switch over to a renewable energy source, and this could be solar, wind, geothermal, or a number of others, they're really converting from using fossil fuel-based energy from the utility to a clean resource that is essentially unlimited. In fact, there are many folks who believe that the energy that we get from the sun on a daily basis is more than sufficient to run all the electrical power in the entire world. The beauty of that is that sunlight is free, and all one has to do is have the right equipment to collect it, store it, and use it. That's what a microgrid can do, which is to say take a standard solar photovoltaic array and use that power whenever we need it to, or whatever is optimal for the building, by storing it and redeploying it. Now, if we move to economic sustainability, the second pillar, it's about thinking how do we best get the economic value out of each of these elements, and in the end, the best value for the building, its ownership, and its operations persons. So new energy systems are sometimes intimidating, and certainly people see those as a potentially large cost, and they can have a substantial capital cost initially. That said, that capital cost can lead to such significant savings in a number of different arenas that the offsets are great enough to essentially render that expense insignificant in very short order. So to dive into that even deeper, how does that happen? Well, in the simplest sense, solar energy or any other source that is produced at the site is essentially like free energy that's coming into the building that offsets anything you might draw from the utility. Second of all, when that energy is time shifted, which is to say placed into the batteries and redeployed based on a microgrid controller when utility energy would be its most expensive, you're getting the absolute best value with respect to energy cost. So quite frequently we find that people take a very narrow view of sustainability and limit that really to the production of clean energy. And while that certainly is a form of sustainability, insofar as that energy is clean and there's an unlimited amount of it, the reality is that that energy can be put to much more productive use and have much more significant impacts on the grid and on overall environmental sustainability across multiple platforms. The best example I can give of that is when that solar energy is produced during the daytime, that happens to be generally the cheapest power that one might buy from the utility for any given building. But when this is incorporated into a microgrid, that power can be taken into a battery, stored until it's most valuable, and then redeployed in an intelligent way using this automated controller to offset not only the most expensive utility power, but frankly, utility power that is relying upon fossil fuels and other resources that contribute to climate change. In significant measure, certainly in the Western United States, daytime power is produced by renewable resources at a significant percentage,